We've all seen it on TV. A struggling mother takes her troubled teen onto the Dr. Phil show. Cameras get up close and personal as the audience hear how the son or daughter is acting violent, taking addictive substances, and maybe even preparing to have a baby. Dr. Phil, doctor of clinical psychology, nods wisely, gives out advice, and then announces that he is paying for the teen to go to a specialist ranch where they will learn how to behave.
My recommendation is going to be very specific, and I'm just a recommender. You guys have to decide what you want to do. You guys have to decide what you want.
The teen cries, the mother cries, and Dr. Phil tells us how this will be the best thing for everyone. Enter the Turnabout Ranch, one of the many places where the Dr. Phil show sent its troubled teens. According to the website of the ranch, it's a place where therapy, academics, and hard work come together to impact lasting and powerful change in teens. At the Cattle Ranch in Utah, the program reportedly has students take concepts like leadership, teamwork, accountability, and responsibility and put them into practice in a real-world environment.
Back out to the same stuff that I used to do and stay sober and have a good relationship with my parents.
The therapy has helped me by just giving me a new perspective on things.
Only, according to several high-profile guests of the ranch and others like it, such as rapper Bad Baby and reality TV star Paris Hilton, the Turnabout Ranch is nothing like it claims on the website. Strap yourselves in, because this is a horror story involving murder, kidnapping, and a reality TV host who may finally be facing the end of a controversial career. Dr. Phil McGraw wandered onto our television screens as a life and relationship advice specialist on The Oprah Winfrey Show in the late 90s. His sense of humor and no-nonsense advice endeared him to viewers, and in 2002, Dr. Phil landed his own show. The Dr. Phil Show welcomes guests from all over America to share their stories, with Dr. Phil in the host chair, offering advice and helping to set things right. The show has never lacked for viewers since its launch, and by 2020, Dr. Phil was the 22nd highest paid celebrity in the world, earning $65.5 million a year. Throughout the 19 years the Dr. Phil Show has been on the air, a variety of topics have been discussed, from guests with alcohol issues, pregnant teens pretended to have terminal illnesses, to con people out of cash. In 2016, Dr. Phil welcomed a guest who took social media by storm, Danielle Bregoli, or as she's better known today, Bad Baby. Bregoli was taken onto the show by her mother, Barbara Ann, for a segment entitled, "I Want to Give Up My Car-Stealing, Knife-Wielding, Twerking 13-Year-Old Daughter Who Tried to Frame Me for a Crime." As the audience began to laugh at Danielle's story, she grew irritated and threatened them with the now iconic phrase, "Catch me outside, how about that?" This statement propelled Bregoli's rise to meme queen in September 2016, but she remained unaware of the effect she had had on social media, as immediately after her guest spot, she was sent to the Turnabout Ranch in order to improve her behavior. To Dr. Phil's audience, it seemed like the ranch had done wonders for Danielle. In a clip broadcast on the show, viewers were able to watch Danielle ride a horse named Chief as she stated, "I just feel okay with who I am now. I don't have to put on a front to impress anyone." And staff at the ranch praised her new attitude and behavior. However, all was not as it seemed at the Turnabout Ranch. When the cameras weren't on, staff at the ranch exhibited shocking behavior, and only now is the truth being broadcast. It all began with Hannah Archuleta, a lesser-known guest of Dr. Phil's, who was sent to the ranch in 2019 when she was 17 years old. In February 2021, Archuleta came forward and claimed that she was groped several times by a male staff member at the Turnabout Ranch.
I expected to be treated with understanding. Instead, I experienced retaliation from the ranch after I spoke up, in what appeared to me to be punishment for reporting my abuse.
Hannah claims that after taking her concerns to other members of staff, she was punished for speaking out and forced to spend extra time picking up horse manure, walk in circles around a horse corral, and sit at a desk facing the wall for hours. Hannah did not name Dr. Phil in her statement, and he has made no comment. Hannah points the finger entirely at the staff of the ranch, who deny all the accusations. However, Danielle Brigoli, now going by stage name Bad Baby, does not agree that Dr. Phil is innocent. In a video uploaded in March 2021 called Breaking Code Silence, Brigoli gives Dr. Phil until April 6th to respond to her claims about what happened to her at the Turnabout Ranch, and she goes into explicit detail about what happened during her time there. According to Danielle, the horror at the ranch begins before teens even arrive. Staff come in the middle of the night. They don't tell the kids where they're going. They just take them, handcuff them, and put them in the car. It's basically like kidnapping. At the ranch, privileges like phones and technology are taken away from the teens, but also necessary privileges like sleeping on a bed, eating good food, not being cold, Brigoli revealed.
So for the first 3 days you're there, there's no showering. They put you in a circle, which is it's a teepee. It's a little teepee, but it's open, and you have to sit there for 3 days. They wouldn't let me lay down for nothing. Like, I was falling asleep, and they were like, get up. So I'm just sitting here, like.
Danielle brings Dr. Phil into her story when she says, "I'm not really sure why Dr. Phil still sends kids here. It doesn't make sense. Like, are you trying to help them, or are you trying to hurt them even more?"
Seen a kid get held down for trying to leave. Just honestly, I don't think he was trying to run away. I think he was just trying to like walk out the door and just like get some time to himself, and they restrained him, they held him down. They had no problem holding kids down, which is against the law. You're not supposed to touch the kids, but they had no problem doing that. It's just our word against the staff's word when you're there, because there's no witnesses, there's no cameras, you don't have a phone, there's none of that. That's why I was always so scared to speak out, because it's like no one's gonna believe me.
She calls for Dr. Phil to speak out publicly and explain his point of view, something that he still has not done. Brigoli's video comes as part of the hashtag Breaking Code Silence movement, aimed at allowing teen survivors to share their stories and break the silence surrounding Hollywood's mistreatment of them, as well as the mistreatment perpetrated by other institutions. As part of the movement, reality TV star Paris Hilton has spoken out about what she suffered at a similar institution to the Turnabout Ranch, the Provo Canyon School, also in Utah. According to Paris, punishments at this ranch included being locked in solitary confinement with no clothes or food for up to 20 hours, and also being physically restrained and force-fed unknown medications. This is not the first time that the Turnabout Ranch has found itself in hot water, leaving some to question why the ranch did not come under scrutiny sooner. In 2016, a staff member was murdered by one of the teens in the ranch's care. This teen had only been at the ranch 5 days when he attempted to escape, attacking 2 staff members and stealing a car before being caught. This teen, who was 17 at the time of the attack, is currently facing life in prison. Danielle Brigoli claims that she was at the ranch at the same time and heard about his escape attempt through staff walkie-talkies.
One of the staff members was sitting right next to me, and she had her walkie on her, so I heard everything. One of the kids, he had tried to steal a car or something. Everyone was screaming on the walkies like it was really crazy, and he ended up killing one of the staff members. They made all the kids that were at Roundy come down, and then they told us not to tell us anything.
With Danielle's ultimatum to Dr. Phil leaving us on a cliffhanger for this particular story, some are wondering whether it's time that Dr. Phil's career was over for good. So, with calls for the Dr. Phil show to be canceled and for the host to come clean and fess up to the treatment his guests say they've suffered, it seems unlikely that we'll see the end of this story anytime soon. And with the hashtag Breaking Code Silence movement picking up speed, the question is, how many more horrifying stories are there waiting to come to light? So what do you think? Are you a Dr. Phil fanatic who thinks everything has been blown out of proportion? Perhaps you have your own hashtag Breaking Code Silence story to share. Let us know down below.